Daylight savings time. Of the world's 195 countries, approximately 70 countries are impacted by daylight savings time, a practice that requires setting the clock 1 hour ahead in the springtime and 1 hour back in the fall time to make better use of natural daylight. Hello, thrill thinkers! If you have a hard time remembering which way to turn the clock next time the season changes, just think spring forward and fall back. Most of North America, Europe, and parts of Middle East are affected by daylight savings time. The idea of daylight savings time originated with a British man named William Willett, who proposed it to Parliament and ultimately died fighting for its adoption. When Germany was looking for ways to save energy in World War I, it was the first country to implement daylight savings time. Soon, Europe and United States also implemented the practice. Why daylight savings time? Some propose it saves energy. During World War I, coal was essential and was needed to run steam engines, make electricity, fire furnaces to make steel, and heat homes. So by extending daylight hours by using natural daylight, people were actually saving energy. In contrast, today daylight savings time doesn't really conserve energy because we don't depend on coal as much as we used to. In the United States, natural gas-powered plants have surpassed coal as the most common source for electricity. Instead, it can be argued that daylight savings time now increases energy usage because the increase of daylight increases the use of heating and cooling. Some propose it was to help farmers. A popular myth about daylight savings time is that it was intended for farmers to get more hours of daylight to work in the field. However, farmers actually lobbied against daylight savings time because farmers had to wait an extra hour to harvest hay, and cows weren't ready to be milked an hour earlier to meet shipping schedules. Rather, it was retailers who were actually in favor of daylight savings time. Daylight savings time in the United States. For a long time, state governments in the US started and ended daylight savings time whenever they pleased. In 1963, Time magazine described the confusion as a chaos of clocks. Ultimately, in 1966, the Uniform Time Act passed, which set the start and end date of daylight savings time from the second Sunday in March to the first Sunday in November in the United States. Hawaii and a majority of the state of Arizona did not implement daylight savings time because their daylight doesn't drastically change between seasons. Instead, Arizona likes to have longer nights because they have higher temperatures in the day and prefer nights that bring cooler winds. Daylight savings time in Europe. In Europe, daylight savings time is from the last Sunday of March to the last Sunday in October. However, the European Union is set to end daylight savings time as of October 2019 and is giving its member states time until April 2019 to make their decisions. A survey conducted in 2018 showed that 84% of the 4.6 million surveyed in Europe did not want to change their clocks with the season. How does daylight savings time affect your health? Changing the clocks backward or forward an hour can impact the body's internal clock. A 2013 study published in the Openheart journal found that there was a 25% increase in heart attacks the day after the clocks moved an hour forward in the springtime. Risk of sleep disorders, strokes, miscarriages, fatigue, decreased productivity, and headaches also increase due to daylight savings time. Do you live in an area impacted by daylight savings time? What do you think about disrupting the clock in order to have more daylight? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more interesting content. As always, thank you for watching.